You're scaring people. Do you really want to scare your own people this much? He talks about homegrowns are next. I mean, people are scared, not just illegal immigrants, and a lot of them are working. I live in L.A. They're the only people here who do work.
So here's what you don't know. First of all, President Trump has promised we're going to concentrate on public safety threats and national security threats, right? And the data shows it. Every morning I look at 22 pages of data. The last time I looked at data was the day before yesterday. 70% of everybody arrested is a criminal. 70%. Who's the other 30%? A lot of them are national security threats. We've arrested thousands of national security threats. Most of them don't have criminal histories because they're laying low to do their dirty deed down the road.
That is political commentator and wealthy figure Bill Maher attempting to pressure Americans into accepting mass amnesty through emotional appeal, only to be confronted and shut down by Tom Homan with direct and uncompromising facts. When the noise is stripped away, empty virtue signaling collapses under the weight of reality. Welcome to Nurk News. I am Nurkish, and once again the elite class is recycling the same arguments on amnesty that have echoed for decades when their justifications run dry. Emotion becomes the fallback while the consequences of policy are ignored. This is where Bill Maher realizes that his narrative around cheap labor cannot withstand a direct confrontation with the data and enforcement reality presented by Tom Homan.
I agree that we need some immigration. Like we used to have a quota, like 1 million people a year. Say that's the right number.
We still do. We're the most giving nation in the entire world.
Okay, so let's say it's that. And we went overboard for the last 4 years under Biden, and we let in too many. Wouldn't it be smarter now to say, now that it's zero, let's let that even out? We were going to have 1 or 2 million every year, but we let in 10 million. Instead of uprooting all these people now, why not just an amnesty? Okay, it's not exactly kosher how you got here, but the amount of people you're scaring. I mean, I'm going to say to you the thing I said to him when I had dinner with him that horrible night. And, you know, they hated it that I reported it honestly, that he does listen. And he looks you in the eye. And he not got mad one time when we were arguing about anything I contradicted him.
But let me get to the point, though. If you want to send a message to the whole world, cross the border illegally, it's a crime, but it's okay. Have due process, get order removed by the immigration judge, don't leave, it's okay. Just don't commit another crime and you're good to go. If that's the message we send to the whole world, people are going to keep coming. And let me tell you something, there's a whole, illegal immigration is not a victimless crime. But the reason I am who I am, I've talked and got on my knees and talked to 9-year-old little girls who were raped by multiple members of a cartel just for passing her across the river. I stood in back of a tractor trailer with 19 dead people who baked to death. I ran Operation Ice Storm in Phoenix, Arizona, where smuggling organizations were ripping each other's off because the smuggled people were worth more money than dope. So they go to the house and rip each other off. They call a relative up and say, I have your brother here. You owe us $25,000. They say, no, we agreed on 10. Well, now it's $25,000. You pay it or I kill him. And they did. Bodies are piling up. They actually called relatives and tortured their son or their brother because they didn't pay the fees. What I'm saying is, that's what you have to show. There's consequences. Because if you send a message, there's no consequences, and you want to reward illegal behavior, that's not going to stop.
Right. And I get all that. And for all that, I thank you for your service. Truly.
This is what happens when elite voices attempt to reshape immigration into a narrative that benefits their own interests. Bill Maher frames the issue as if everyday Americans should simply accept mass amnesty while he and his affluent allies benefit from a system built on compliant low-cost labor. This is the same individual who dismissed concerns about cultural identity and minimized the significance of national change, revealing a disconnect from the lived reality of ordinary citizens. He fails to grasp what culture represents and what national identity means. Americans did not choose to become a system defined by dependency and service, and the inability of Bill Maher to directly challenge or counter Tom Homan exposes a deeper weakness in his position and highlights the disconnect between elite perspectives and public concerns.
But what we also see is people being just taken away who are just regular day workers. The waitress who worked for 14 years at some coffee shop. And everybody's like, oh, you know what? We voted to get rid of the bad people. You know, the people you were just talking about. But not Carol. What's going on there? Don't you think it's been a little heavy-handed? Don't you think you've picked up a bunch of people who shouldn't be picked up at all? It doesn't seem like it was done with a scalpel.
What I think about every day is, again, we prioritize the worst first, and the numbers show we do it. What I've said from day one, if you're in the country illegally, you're not off the table. You know why? Because there are millions of people standing in line, taking their tests, doing the background investigations, paying their fees to be part of the greatest nation on earth. If you want to be a part of the greatest nation on earth, there's a right way and wrong way to do it. If you like it or not, the ones who are here illegally cheated the system. They moved themselves to the front of the line, and they've overwhelmed the immigration court system back 9-10 years, which means that people who are really trying to come here the right way are sitting in the back of the bus. right? It's just like what people don't talk about, these 10 million, 10.5 million came to the border in Biden. Well, they're asylum seekers. What people don't understand, if you look at immigration court data over the last 10 years, nearly 9 out of 10 of them will get an order removal because they don't qualify for asylum. They're not escaping fear and persecution from the home government because of race, religion, political affiliation. They're coming here for a better life, and I get that. But while they're clogging up the system and cheating the system, there are literally thousands of people in this world that really are escaping fear and persecution from their home countries that are sitting in back of the bus. Yeah. So there's a reason we're a nation of laws. And if you or people don't like what ICE is doing, they go scream at Congress. We're enforcing laws today in that.
Well, I hope it all gets better. I thank you for coming here and explaining.
This is where the divide becomes impossible to ignore. Critics on the left often highlight enforcement methods, while overlooking the scale and pressure of the situation. Millions of individuals remain in the country without legal status, placing strain on systems such as education, healthcare, and employment, yet the conversation frequently centers only on one side of fear while disregarding the concerns of citizens affected by these pressures. Agencies like ICE are portrayed in extreme terms while broader tensions and confrontations continue to escalate. This environment reflects a deeper instability where policy debate is replaced by emotional escalation. The central issue remains unresolved: how to balance enforcement, compassion, and national stability in a way that ensures safety, economic balance, and long-term cohesion. The question remains open and the debate continues.